What's going on, guys? We got a bombshell report to dive into from Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk. Pretty well-known NFL insider, as he has came out and said that the Vikings could be hesitant to extend Justin Jefferson this offseason, and it comes down to fully guaranteed money. I just want to give you guys a quote here right off the top of today's video. But he said this. He said, "It's not the dollars, it's the structure. Fans need to hold ownership accountable. These are policies set by the Wilfs. They don't want to guarantee in full money beyond the first year on that deal for anything other than the quarterback position." And then Florio came out and said, you need to make the exception for a guy like, obviously, Justin Jefferson. So it comes down to guaranteed money as it stands right now with the Wilfs. Turns out they don't want to give Jefferson guaranteed money beyond that first year of the deal, which obviously Justin Jefferson and his camp is probably looking at that report and looking at that kind of argument from the Vikings as, why not? Even though he is not a quarterback, he is still, in my opinion, the best non-quarterback in the National Football League. So this is kind of, I would say, a disappointing report coming out of Minnesota, but I'll be giving you guys my full thoughts and more quotes from Justin Jefferson here in a second. But guys, this is why I need everybody to make sure you are subscribed here to our channel. I'm trying to hit 23,000 subs. Any report, any more updates we get around Justin Jefferson, even if it's on my off day where I have to come make a video in a makeshift studio, I got you guys covered. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Help me out. Give me a little more motivation to make these videos. Because I love covering this football team, and I'll keep you guys posted with everything you need to know. So make sure you go down there and hit that sub button. But let's dive into the report here a little more from Mike Florio. My initial reaction to this was, it's probably just disappointing. Like, I think if I had to go my one-word reaction, I'd just probably be a little disappointed. I have been pretty clear on this channel that, I want to extend Jefferson. Obviously, it comes down to the dollar number, of the whole thing. Like, would I love to get on here and say, give Jefferson a blank check. Give Jefferson $40 million a year fully guaranteed. Yeah, I would love to come on here and say that, but then that would really hinder the Vikings building a complete team around him, especially if your goal is to go find that franchise quarterback. Well, if you give Jefferson $40 million a year, the quarterback's also going to have to get paid as well. And now we also got this quote from Justin Jefferson, as he said on multiple occasions, he is not signing that contract until he fully knows the quarterback plan in Minnesota. And when I heard this report, my reaction was, I don't blame him at all. He has set every statistical record from a receiver in the NFL in his first 4 seasons. He has shattered every record: receptions, receiving yards, yards per catch. He holds the record for yards per game right now in the National Football Association or National Football League for his career on a yards per game basis. Like, I think Jefferson, in terms of, what he has done for Minnesota in his short start to his career, has been perfect. He has had no off-the-field drama. He has never came out and had any, diva moments. He didn't even complain after his rookie season when he really didn't even play the first couple of weeks. He didn't really say anything about it. He just put his head down and he kept working. Turns out he ended up being one of the best players that the NFL will ever see. So, listen, I'm a little frustrated by these reports because as this offseason kind of continues to go on, week by week, day by day, I just feel like we are continuously getting back to the point that it's just like, I just don't think this deal will get done, and I think it could get sticky. Yeah, the Vikings could franchise tag him. The Vikings could trade him. I get all that. But you don't want this bad mojo. You don't want this bad vibes heading into training camp, heading into when practices start, in August of this upcoming year, where the other players are looking around like, so the only position you're going to pay is quarterback? You're not going to pay, Danielle Hunter, a Justin Jefferson. I think other guys in the organization will be like, well, if he does all this, that doesn't necessarily mean, he is getting paid. So as it stands right now, I still am probably a little more likely than not that a deal does get done this offseason. I just don't think, they would risk losing that, because I do think the fan base would be in absolute disarray, and I think they would get really, really upset because all those 18 jerseys, I got them. They would all be gone for nothing. But again, the Vikings front office, they can't think about the fans. They got to think about themselves here. And it just seems that they're hesitant to make him or give him any guaranteed money after the first year. If I were in the Minnesota Vikings, how I would play this, I would maybe offer Kirk a 1-2 year deal for max $30 million a year. You can make that fully guaranteed. You still draft a quarterback like J.J. McCarthy at 11, and then you extend Justin Jefferson. Probably means you lose Danielle Hunter, but you're going to have to, you're going to have to choose something here at a certain point. So that's what I would do, because I would keep 18 happy. You would continually have Kirk Cousins. Kirk is a great quarterback. I'll dive into him a little bit more here in a second. But, then you would still have a young and up-and-coming quarterback that Jefferson could feel like he could build with and build around. That's what I would do. I don't know if the Vikings will do it, but more on this coming up here in a second. But I want to ask you guys, will Justin Jefferson get extended? Answer it down below. Just give me a Y for yes, N for no. This will be the pinned comment on today's video, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, I do want to give a huge shout out to Prize Picks. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy, and we got a big time deal for you guys right now. If you guys go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use promo code CLNS, we'll give you guys a first deposit match all the way up to $100. Prize Picks, it's the #1 way to play fantasy sports, and any boring game in the NBA, NHL, whatever it may be, you guys can make some serious money. It just adds a little more juice to your viewing experience. So get hooked up today. prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. I'll put that link for you guys in the comments and description of today's show. Check it out, you guys. I promise you guys won't regret it one bit. But kind of wrapping up my thoughts on this whole Justin Jefferson update that we did get today is just like, I just feel like the Vikings have really kind of dug themselves a hole here. And I am, if you guys have watched this channel, I'm a very optimistic guy. I'm always going to believe in this football team, and it's kind of it's kind of my fandom coming out of me. Like, I'll always believe in this team, but if you just start looking around the NFC North, you start looking around the NFC, like, even though the NFC right now looks wide open, besides the Niners, there's really no dominant team, but you look inside your division, the 3 teams in there, I can make an argument that the Packers and the Lions are the second and third best team in the NFC, and then the Bears are they're knocking on the doorstep of being very viable. So you add that on top of this kind of Justin Jefferson drama, with plus all the kind of contract BS that the Vikings are going to have to work through this offseason. I don't want to say it could be a rough year for the Vikes next season, but I just want to keep it real with you guys, and it's starting to look like that more little by little each day. But if I were in the place of Kwesi, I'm sitting Kirk Cousins down, and I'm saying, listen, if you sign a 1 or 2 year deal for $30 million a year, we'll give you that fully guaranteed. That's a lot of money. You'll still have money off endorsements, but that would also allow us to go build a solid team around you. Maybe go get a veteran offensive guard. Bring back a Reisner. Go get a Robert Hunt or the dude Kevin Dotson on the Rams, who's set to be a free agent. Go get him one of those guys. We'll be able to extend Jefferson, maybe even bring back a guy like Danielle Hunter as well. That's how I would play this situation, but I don't know, man. I'm just getting nervous. A deal will not get done here, but that's the update from Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk, that it turns out that the Vikings may be hesitant to give him a long-term deal with guaranteed money. Thought it would be the other way around, man. It's just crazy how this works. You should have extended him last offseason, because you better hope also, I'll end on this point, you better hope the Bengals don't extend Jamar Chase before Jefferson gets his deal done, because what is Jefferson going to say? What if the Bengals give Jamar $31 million fully guaranteed over the next 4 seasons? That's where Jefferson's starting point starts, or that's where his asking point starts, would be at the Jamar Chase deal, and he'll probably say, I want more than that because I'm a better football player than him. Tough news coming out of Minnesota, but thank you guys so much for watching today's show. It's been Patrick Siepman with Vikings Now by Chat Sports. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Drop a like on today's video if you haven't already, and also let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. See you guys next time. As always, Skol Vikes, baby.